Hello students, very good evening and welcome back to my classes. This is Manish Yadav. Today we are going to start second poem from the book of Flamingo, that is an elementary school classroom in a slum. This poem has been composed by Stephen Spander. Okay, before starting the video, I request you to subscribe and press the bell icon if you are visiting first time on my channel. So without wasting the time, let's start the video. Students, in this video you will know the detailed explanation of the poem line by line, something about the poet, poetic devices and central idea of the poem. So first of all, let you know something about the poet of this poem, Stephen Spander. Stephen Spander was born in 1999 on 28th February, and he was dead on 16th July 1995 in United Kingdom. Okay, of London, London in United Kingdom. He was an English poet, novelist, essayist, and paid attention or concentrated on the themes of social injustice, class struggle. Stephen Spander was appointed as laureate consultant in poetry to the United States Library of Congress in 1965. Okay, he was highly educated from university, junior schools, and University of College. He was awarded by United States of Poet Laureate. Okay, as you can see the screen of the video, Stephen Spander was born and he was an English poet, an essayist, left University College Oxford without taking a degree and went to Berlin in 1930. Spander took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. Books by Spander include poems of dedication, The Age of Being, The Creative Element, The Struggle of Modern, and an autobiography, Word Within Word. In an elementary school classroom in a slum, he has concentrated on the themes of social injustice and class inequalities. Already I have told you these all. So let's start the poem. Have you ever visited or seen an elementary school in slum? What does it look like? Okay, elementary school, it is the level of primary, okay, where we get the education of primary section 1 to 5th. Okay, the central idea of this poem, that poet wants the children of slum to get education and their life must be changed. They must be in healthier, hygienic, and positive atmosphere in which they can utilize their knowledge and they could get more and more related to education, because there is not a single facility of education and no attention of senior executive, prime, and educated people, mayor of the area, towards these children. So he wants these poor people, these poor children, to get good education and their perpetual state of poverty to be end. Okay, it was the central idea of this poem. Now I am going to start explanation line by line. Have you ever visited or seen an elementary school in slum? Slum, it is a kind of backward area where uh, not a good schools facility is provided. Okay, and there is no school availability. What does it look like? How does it look like? What is the layout? Okay, and what is the scenario and the display of such schools in slum areas? Let's know through this poem. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces. Okay, far, far. It means so distant from gusty waves. Gusty, it means energetic. Okay, energetic waves, these children's faces. The poet wants to say that there is no sign and symptom of energetic waves and enthusiasm, okay, on the faces of these children. I mean, the poet wants to show the condition and the mentality as well as physical and mental condition of those children belonging to the slum areas. Okay, so far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, there is no sign, there is no enthusiasm, there is no courage on the faces of these children. Like rootless weeds, and the hair torn around their pallor. Like here, simile, figure of speech simile has been used. Rootless weeds, this is a kind of plant. Okay, rootless weeds, there is no root of this plant, so these children are like a rootless plant. The hair torn around their pallor. Okay, and the hair of these children torn around. Okay, it is circular around their pallor. Pallor means pale face. Okay, a glowing face. There is no sign of enthusiasm, courage, pleasure on their faces. Okay, their hair is just, you can say, uh, rotating and getting a circular shape around their face. The tall girl with her weighed down head. Okay, there is a tall girl. It means the poet states the condition of a classroom in slum areas, and there were so many children in the classroom. One by one, he states there was a tall girl with her head down. Okay, she was getting head down on the desk. Okay, the paper seeming boy, there was a boy, paper seeming boy. Okay, here figure of speech metaphor has been used. The boy was so thin. Okay, he was paper seeming boy, he was not like paper seeming, he was paper seeming. It means this word has been used completely for the boy. So metaphor, with rat's eyes and the eagerness of getting something more, gaining something, you can say, or it may education or anything else. But a hunger, okay, hunger was being seen in the eyes of the boy. Okay, the stunted, unlucky hair of twisted bones. The stunted, growthless. Okay, it seemed that the boy was growthless. There was no symptom and sign of growing up. Unlucky hair. Okay, fortunate hair, successor. Okay, of twisted bones. Twisted bones, it is a kind of rheumatism, it is a kind of disease of bones. Reciting, stating of father's gnarled disease. Okay, gnarled disease means skew and hard. Fathers which was inherited or genetic, you can say. It was genetic disease which he got from his father and carrying on as just you can say legacy. Okay, reciting, it was stating the condition of the boy that he was carrying on these diseases from his father. His lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His lesson from his desk. Okay. And what was his lesson? From his desk at the back of dim class. Now the poet goes and attention at the back side of the class, one unnoted, without noticing. Okay, I mean there was a young boy whose face was sweet, okay, and nobody was noticing him. His eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in tree room other than this. And that boy, he was looking outside through the window to the tree, okay, where he was getting the imagination and he was getting the dream of his squirrel's game, okay, other than this, which was more and more tempting, okay, for the boy if we compare to the education and to the condition of the classroom. So that squirrel's game which he was seeing outside in the tree room was more tempting than this slum area's school. Now, second stanza of the poem, on sour cream walls. Now the poet states the condition of school's wall, that is sore, that is sore, and donations, Shakespeare's hate. Okay, the sore, very old, painted, and the paint was just has been rust out. Okay, the wall's condition was very bad and it was very old wall. Donations, some donations, like Shakespeare said, there was a frame in which Shakespeare's head was hanging, cloudless at dawn. There was also another picture in which cloudless at dawn, the scenario of cloudless dawn has been drawn. Civilized dome riding all cities. Civilized dome. You can see such pictures in which a dome, okay, very high in the sky, its end, just you can say the top, okay, is situated and made or constructed very so high into the sky, just like tower, which is at the top of cities. Okay, one could notice and get the scenario and illustration of all the cities if one could ride on the height. Belt, flowery Tyrolis Valley. Tyrolis Valley uh, pertaining to the Tyrol and Austrian Alpine province. Okay, it is a kind of valley, open handed map on the table, awarding the world its world. Okay, open handed map. There is a map also on the table which is awarding the world its world. It means the things, the places which has been situated and allocated on the map does not exist in the real according to the situation of the slum area. As the poet notices, those areas, slum areas, and the condition of that area was not matching or just equivalent to the area or the situation or the points which has been allocated in the map. For these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with a fog. Now, the poet says that for these children, living in this area, sitting in such classroom, and the atmosphere in which they are living is not according to the window and according to this map. Okay, their world and their future has been painted with a fog. Here, metaphor has been used. All their futures painted. Okay, futures painted with a fog. It means their future is just like foggy. Okay, where one could not see the result and expect a bright future in the upcoming or the further time. Okay, it is very sorrowful and very just you can say thing to regret that there is nobody who could pay attention at the situation and the poverty of these children. Okay, he says, the poet says that the map, okay, and the thing which is being illustrated on this map does not exist in real if we compare the situation between slum and the map. Now, next stanza of the poem. A narrow street, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. A narrow street sealed, bind, in with a lead sky, dark and green. Here, the poet wants to illustrate different sky for these children. Okay, because we could see our own sky uh, above us, which is in the color of sky blue, white. Okay, but their face, their sky is just in the color of lady sky, means dark green, which is symbolizing the dark future of these children. Now, far, far from rivers, keeps tunnel, you can say, the tunnel, and stars of world. Okay, stars of words means these children are so far away from the rivers, caves, tunnels, and stars of words, means there is no system and a medium which could provide them a good words for learning and something related to education which can make their future brighter and brighter. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. Now, poet angrily says that Shakespeare is wicked. The map, a bad example for these children. Okay, Shakespeare He was a great senator and great poet. So there is no significance of such sign, such photo frame of Shakespeare's head for these children. Okay, because they did not know the value and the significance of that personality. And the map was also a bad example for these children, because as it shows, it is not. Okay, there was a great difference between the map, okay, and the real state of that area, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. With ships and sun, ships, sun, and love, these all are more tempting them to steal. Okay, it means they are attractive. Tempting means it attracts. What attracts? Ships, sun, and love. These three things attracts these children to steal it, because they can't get it easily. They can't have it easily. It is so far away from their thinking, and they can't get imagination of such luxurious things. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night. For lives that slyly, artfully, cunningly, cleverly turn in their cramped holes. Okay, it means people artfully manage them, learn them to stay there where they are in the present moment. It means there is nobody who could encourage them, who could motivate them to move forward, to get something newer. Okay, but also they are slyly turned in their cramped holes. Okay, from fog to endless night. The present situation, the current situation is foggy, fuzzy, and they have to stay there until the endless night, because the situation is perpetual. Okay, it can't be changed if no one pays attention. On their slag heap, waste material. Okay, waste material where they live. These children, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steels with mended glass. These children, they wear skin peeped through by bones. Their cloth is just like in which their bone is just trying to look outside. Okay, just glimpsing. And spectacles of steel with mended glass. And they wear spectacle of steel which is made of steel and very heavy. Okay, they have no money and to manage a luxurious and good glass and good frame of a spectacle, which is mended glass, like bottle beads on stones. One could see the bottle beads on the stones. When we hit a bottle onto the stone, it is broken. Okay, and the glass is destroyed and scattered here and there. So the glass of their spectacle was looking like those bottles beat. All of their time and space are foggy slum. All of their time, I mean their time and space where they are living are foggy slum. Okay, it means there is no sign, no glimpse or glance which could be seen, something which could be seen clearly that their future is going to be bright. There is nothing. So blot their maps with slums as big as tomb. Okay, so blot blacken, okay, which blacken their maps with slum as big as tomb. So the poet says that their spot where they are living, it should be blackened in the map, okay. Suppose that as big as doom, as the doom has been allocated or highlighted in the map, their slot, their place where they are living must be blackened, okay, so that everybody will be able to know that this area also exists, this situation also exists in the world where poor children lives and there is no facility of education. It is very terrifying and a very considerable and thinkable poem where the poet is very sad, paying attention or concentrating towards the social injustice. Okay, now the last stanza of the poem. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Unless this perpetual state of poverty couldn't be changed, unless governor, inspector, and visitor will not pay attention. Okay, the governor of the area, inspector of the area, visitor, if they are belonging to highly society and highly rich people, so they must pay attention and they should think something about the condition of these poor children. This map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacomb. These map becomes their window. The condition, the atmosphere is just like window for these children, and these window that shut upon their lives like catacomb. Catacomb, it is a underground graveyard. Okay, as the underground graveyard has been covered beneath the earth, which couldn't be seen easily, so that, I mean, just like their life is also which has been covered by these windows. Metaphor has been used in these lines. Break, oh break, open till they break the town. Break, oh break, open till they break the town. The poet wants to say that let them go to town. Break, oh break, open till they break the town. The poet wants these poor children to be arrived in the town to get good education like those rich people's children, they are easily getting good education in the cities, okay, but for these children who are living in slum areas have no opportunity to get and to gain more and more as knowledge. And so the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. The poet wants these children to look and go to the green fields where they could see the mystery of nature. They can entertain themselves for some time and make their world run azure on gold sands. Okay, cloud of opportunities. These children must be given a huge number of opportunities to develop and to achieve and to prove and to get out their skills, okay, from their within. Now, and let their tongues run naked into books and white and green leaves open history there whose language is the sun. The poet wants to say in the last lines, and let their tongues run naked into books. The poet wants these children must be engaged looking in the books. They must be engaged reading the books and green leaves. Okay, open history. The last line says that it has a great moral. The leaves open history theirs, whose language is the sun. Poet wants to say that they got just a place in the history who knew to live and to burn like the sun. Okay, because it is very harder, it is impossible to burn like sun, because it is very harder, very difficult, but they would definitely get a place